This is the Classic Army Ragnar M4, a rather basic M4 that we've seen similar spread around the airsoft community, like how leaves are spread across the neighborhood in fall. Yes, it has some PTS traits like the stock and the EPM magazine, while the trigger is rather light for what it is, but why am I showing you off this gun? Well, it's because I don't have anything else to put my new RunCam 2 onto. For all the people that have binge watched any first-person airsoft in the history of ever, or at least until YouTube stops playing as nicely as they have been, which isn't saying very much, this little camera and others like it can be used to make your project much more dynamic and overall entertaining. Today I'll be quickly going over the new RunCam 2 Airsoft Edition, thanks to RunCam themselves, who sent me this camera, which means they are the ones that are sponsoring this video. Today I'll be going over the unboxing, the quality, the versatility, and my overall thoughts on how this RunCam will be useful for me despite hardly ever putting together any first-person gameplays myself. And in the end, if you end up liking this product, then be sure to check out the description for links to where you can get one for yourself. I'll also be adding links to some Brain Exploder videos over other RunCams and where you can get some special mounts for these cameras that you sadly don't get straight from the box. Brain Exploder should have you covered. Speaking of the box, we'll start off this review where we always do with the unboxing. So here it is. It's a simple white box with a logo on top, but I did get quite a few RunCam stickers in the package. Inside, the simplicity continues. First, we get a business card which tells you to read the online user's manual since you don't get a physical manual in the box. And then we have the camera itself with the lens cap on. Then underneath we have the rest of the goodies, like the 3.7 volt 850 milliamp removable battery, a two-tone piece video cable, and one USB cable to connect your camera to a computer or to an external power source. Then to finish this package off, we have the mounts. I at first thought with these mounts I would be able to mount this RunCam 2 onto just about any of the rifles in my collection, like my Classic Army M16 or my XM177 or even onto any of my Galils, but sadly I couldn't. If you plan on mounting this RunCam onto any Picatinny rails, however, then that's another story completely, since I was able to mount mine onto the Ragnar M4 within just a couple minutes. The rail mount is also quick detach, which is very useful. Right off the bat, I like that this camera has a removable battery that can be charged while filming. I like the Picatinny rail mount and how the camera's base you slide onto the RunCam before screwing it onto the rail mount has these cutouts for zip ties, Velcro, and other ties to tightly secure this camera down if you wish to. So far, I just wish I could get a clamp or some other kind of mount so I could place this camera onto other guns in my collection that don't feature rails. But then again, I could always just bust out some tape and do something that I really shouldn't.
What is that?
Up top you have two buttons, your power button and your Wi-Fi mode button, while on the back of the camera you have a connection for your micro USB cord to charge your camera or to access your footage with another device. Sliding this panel and pulling it away from the body, you'll see the port for a micro SD card and the slot for your battery that simply slides in. But if you want to get the battery back out, then just pull on it by this tab. You can charge the battery while it's inside the camera by simply plugging in the USB cord and connecting it to a power source. If the power button LED lights up red, then it's charging. And if it just turns off, then it's completely charged. Or if it flashes green, then the camera's about to die when it's in use. Once the battery is fully charged, you should be seeing 90 minutes of 720p at 120 frames per second, or 60 minutes at 1080p at 60 frames per second with the standard 10-degree 35mm lens on the RunCam 2 Airsoft version. The entire lens in front of the 4-megapixel sensor can be also replaced just in case if the worst case happens and you have it shot out in a game. I like this as it shows someone really thought about what kind of damage can be done in airsoft. With this lens on the RunCam 2, the whole unit sits at about 71.7 grams. A great feature for this camera is a Wi-Fi mode that can be used to connect your RunCam 2 to your phone with the RunCam app that can be found on both Android and iPhone. Download the app, turn on the Wi-Fi on your camera, and connect it to your device. Oh, and the password for when you're connecting the camera for the first time is 12345678990. From the app, you can choose how you want to shoot, like time-lapse photo or video, normal photo or video, change your frame rate, turn on slow motion, flip the image, change the field of view, and a few other things while keeping it fairly simple. Going deeper into the settings gives you more options on how you want to set up your RunCam 2, so I suggest you check out all the options to set your camera just the way you like it. As for the actual image quality, I have a few clips to show off different lightings to take some examples from. Now keep this in mind, this is a $150 dashcam size product. But with that said, the RunCam image stabilization can be pretty rough if it even exists. There was no way I could find to zoom out, and I even broke this tab from the base while trying to take the camera out. Sound quality is also not the best, and just about every other unboxing of RunCam 2s has different things in the box. But let's look at the good side of things. I get a lot of options to alter my image before I even take it to editing, and I wouldn't even use the audio from the camera if I was making an FPS video. And I guess image stabilization for a shot that probably won't last more than about 5 to 8 seconds to just show off where my BBs are going when I engage a target is not very important, as long as I'm not shaking my replica like a madman. The buttons are audible unless I decide to turn off the audio in the settings of the app. I can charge a camera while filming, even if it's in the mount. The SD card is hidden away behind the same door the battery is. The lens is removable, and the LED lights around the buttons can be useful when filming gameplay. I know I'm not being the most technical about the contrast or the image stabilization on the raw footage for the fact that everyone likes their images differently, and because I wouldn't leave an image that I don't like alone. I'd color correct it, saturate it, and zoom it in or out when I'm editing. Would I recommend this camera though? Well, for $150 I wouldn't say it's a bad deal, but it could be better. I'd really like to see more mounts for these. Like I said earlier, I'll be listing Brain Exploder in description since he's like the airsoft camera guru. If you needed a mount to get your toaster securely mounted to the back of your ass, then I'm sure he's the guy that could do it. If there were a $200 model, I'd want to see it come with some kind of clamp mount with a manual zoom in lens that could be removed like this RunCam 2. The button layout and accessibility is great though. Despite that, I leave the is it worth it question up to you guys. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick overview of the RunCam 2 Airsoft version. If you ended up liking this camera, or maybe even the Classic Army Ragnar M4 I showed off in this video, then be sure to check out the description for the links to where you can go find them for yourself. I'd also like to thank you all for watching. Big shoutouts go to RunCam for sponsoring this video, and all these commenters who continue to show off their support for the channel. The notification squad and the first 300 people that like my videos all the time are also much appreciated. But until the next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Holmbeck, and I will be sure to see you all next time.